Funny moment yesterday, the president having his Jeb Bush please clap moment before the U.S. Coast Guard. Let's take a listen. And then to the original.
I can only assume that you will enjoy educating your family about how the Coast Guard is, quote, the hard nucleus around the Navy forms in times of war. You're a really dull class. I mean, come on, man. Is the sun getting to you? I would think you'd have an opportunity when I say that about the Navy to clap, but being here together.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
So, all right, Colin, I'm not sure which was. I still think Jeb's was more cringe because Jeb just overall is a more cringe person. And no, I'm not saying this is like a big problem for Biden. I just thought it was a funny moment. And, you know, we didn't frankly have that much to cover today. So I was like, let's do it. Let's play this one.
I'm going to use Joe Biden's words as a quote for this one. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. I didn't get the joke either. What hard nucleus? And I'm like, a science class at the Coast Guard event. Like, what is he talking about?
It was a terrible joke. It was objectively a terrible joke.
Was it bad?
He didn't, probably shouldn't have acknowledged it. Should have just moved on. All of that. It is interesting. He seems to be, and this is just my observation. I remember watching Obama. He was so much more on script all the time at these type of events. This is, and Chris and I have been talking about this a lot. Biden is uniquely Trumpian in many ways. Like, just forgetting Rashida Tlaib's name and being like, Rashid, which is his real name? And just being like, and he said it 3 times. He's just like, Rashid, it's just like Tim Apple. Whenever he makes jokes, he's like, come on. And he's like, that's funny. I had to attend, as part of my White House correspondent jobs, like many official events of Trump. That's like very uniquely kind of a Trump thing to do. So just watching it and then doing the whole like please clap thing, he obviously opens himself up for a viral meme. But it is just fascinating to see like how different these guys are in the ways that they approach the job. Right.
Oh, absolutely. And look, I think some of this is just inherent natural ability.
Yeah.
Barack Obama might have been one of the best politicians we've seen in 30 years, right? Maybe even longer. Mm-hmm. And so he had a certain swag and skill about him that made him relatable to people, and he was just good on camera or off camera, scripted or unscripted. Joe Biden has never been that guy. Oh. He's the gaffe guy, right? And sometimes those gaffes are moderately funny, like they were today. And here's the one thing, though. I do agree with you that Jeb still takes the cake because he had to plead for the applause. At least Joe Biden kind of poked fun at the class to get the reaction out of him instead of saying, just please clap.
Yeah,
it's a little sad.
The Jeb one was just so pathetic. And, sometimes I think back. I think any politician should probably learn from that moment, never try to elicit response. If it doesn't, look, learn from the comedians. I mean, I get to watch them. Just keep going. I guess anytime you speak in public and that's always the craziest thing when you're speaking in public and people react to something, you're like, this? Like, real? Like, this is what you guys are into? I don't know. That's fine.
You never know. Just keep moving. The show must go on.
The show must go on. You should just keep up with that. Okay. All right. Not much more I can say about this. More Rising for everybody right after this.